In this video, we will cover key topics that every aspiring data quality expert and AI manager should be familiar with. We'll be focusing on the core concepts and key criteria of data quality, what every data quality expert and AI manager needs to know. The minimum prerequisite is to understand that data isn't just given, it's something that's produced. From there, it's important to grasp the full data lifecycle and get a basic idea of what fitness for use means. You should also be familiar with common issues like missing values and duplicate records. Let's start with a parody of familiar cliché. Data, data everywhere, yet not a drop to fit for machine learning. And here's the open secret in data science. Almost 80% of the time is spent fixing and improving data quality. Good machine learning begins with good data. So we'll be focusing on the key data quality pillars like accuracy, completeness, uniqueness, representativeness, validity, relevance, and integrity, because your models can only be as good as the data they get. Imagine how Elon Musk would react if his team discovered an age of 240 in an SSN record. Setting aside his reaction, the data's validity would immediately come into question. It's either a serious error or outright fraud. Also, don't dismiss these as rare or extreme cases. We have seen situations like this in the recent history. Whether fraud or error, data like this can completely derail your machine learning efforts. How do you ensure the data is accurate? For example, does the provided zip code in the data truly reflect the demographic characteristics of the customers? You can improve your data quality through curation by using third-party services that help double-check whether the zip codes you have are accurate. A customer's country is listed as USA, but the state field contains Bangalore. The data shows a date of birth of January 1st, 2000, but the age column lists 40. For consistency, you do curation by spotting conflicting data and then correcting, reconciling, or removing those conflicts to make everything line up properly. Uniformity answers the question, is the data consistent in format, structure, and units across the dataset? Same column of table having values in kilometers, miles, feet, and meters. When it comes to keeping data uniform, curation means standardizing values, like turning all distances into meters or temperatures into Celsius, so everything's in the same format and easy to compare. Representativeness answers the question, does this data truly reflect the real-world group or situation we care about? Data representativeness issues are addressed through sampling techniques, such as stratified sampling or balanced sampling. Do not confuse data representativeness with data relevance. Relevance asks whether the data is appropriate and useful for the specific problem. Representativeness asks whether the data accurately reflects the real-world population or distribution. Data relevance answers the question, is this data appropriate and useful for answering the problem at hand? Data relevance issues are addressed through feature selection, which filters the data to include only what directly supports the task. Data uniqueness is all about checking if there are any duplicate records in the data. Data duplication is critical in ML because duplicates can cause data leakage during training, leading to overly optimistic results and unreliable inferences, ultimately jeopardizing the entire project. Completeness check is all about making sure the data you need is actually there. And it's not just about individual fields. It looks at things on different levels to be thorough. At the attribute level, it checks whether all required fields are filled in. At the record level, it ensures that all necessary records are present. At the entity level, it verifies that every required entity exists. For time series data, it confirms that all required time steps are accounted for. Conditional checks come into play when one field depends on the value of another field. For example, if payment method chosen is credit, then credit card must be present. The card number is conditionally required. Data integrity asks, are all the relationships and rules in the data properly maintained? Referential integrity means making sure that every child record, like a transaction, has a matching master record it links to. Timeliness means the data is available within the right time frame for the analysis or decision, neither too late nor outdated. Let's say you're aiming to forecast Apple's stock price for the coming months and need historical time series data on Apple's stock performance. Your data team provided historical stock prices. History is a pointer to the future, but you found during your assessment that the data dates back to around 2001. Don't dismiss these as rare or extreme cases. Situations like this happen more often than one might expect. Here's a brain teaser for you. As a data scientist, you are reviewing a data set and notice that 30% of customer records have dates of birth recorded in different formats. Additionally, while examining the zip code field, you find that some values are incorrect or missing. How would you classify the data quality issues for the date of birth and zip code fields? Validity, consistency, accuracy, timeliness, or uniformity? To organize your learning and track your progress effortlessly, visit statisfaction.info. We would love to read your answers in the comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe. It motivates us to create more content for you. In this video, we covered key data quality issues and the associated curation techniques at a high level.